Clash of the Titans, another episode in a series, and this time we do have some dents and scratches, guys. Dents and scratches, so it's getting better and better. But let me start with Daniel Defense DDM4 version 11 LW. We started off with drops to the concrete, and the procedure is extremely simple. We first drop on the magazine, then drop on the one side and drop on the other side, and then we cycle the rounds in the magazine to see if there was any influence from the drops on the rifle performance. There was absolutely no issues. I chambered the round. I wanted to check if the round is in the chamber, so I pull it. I had some few problems because I pulled it too much, but it was all good. I used the forward assist, I closed the bolt, and I expanded the magazine. However, upon closer inspection with the few, if we don't want to talk about the scratches on the rail, which I think so, that rail took the beating on the concrete very, very well. I don't see, any damages really to it. However, but if you will look at this point, you can see that from the drop, rail shifted. So probably the barrel nut got loose, or whatever the mechanism they got, I don't know yet. I will check at home, but it shifted. If I'm looking right now at the rifle, the rail went that way, and hopefully you can see this on the pictures. So this was the first major impact on the rifle from the drops. It didn't affect the performance, but the rail did shift it. So imagine if you have iron sights on it, you would basically lose zero, because the rifle rail went to the right. The Daniel Defense is they got those tabs which are protecting the rail from shifting, so it went to that limit. It didn't broke the tab or anything, but the rail shifted, but by the few, at least 2 millimeters to the right. So that was from the drops. Now let me have a look, exactly the same procedure on the Moat Vepr AK, and again we have a few dents and scratches from drops on the concrete, and mainly on the dust cover, and anything on the iron sights. Yeah, the rifle landed here, so we got some hits on the iron sights and the bunny ears from the front post, but nothing was damaged. And it was the same procedure: drop on the magazine, drop on the side, drop on the side, and also rifle performed very, very well. Zero problems with cycling. And from this head to head drops, you can tell that both rifles walk out with some minor scratches. However, if you would be using iron sights and you had the iron sights on this rail, on the Daniel Defense, you will lose zero. So it is what it is. We're not bullshitting here, and still rail took the beating very well. I was expecting to see maybe some deformation, but it took the beating very well. This is their slim rail, so they did a good job, but there is something wrong with that locking mechanism here. I will inspect it at home. We'll see what's going to happen. Then it was one of my favorite tests, deep swimming test in the creek, and the Daniel Defense went first for swim, and it performed very, very well. One thing what you have to remember, every time when you got everything wet, the rifle is completely submerged like the AR, you have to worry about direct impingement gas system. You cannot have the water in the gas system, so take a moment, drain it. I know someone will post under the video, I did it without the draining and it didn't blow up. Good for you. There is a chance that this, if you got the water will expand and you got kaboom, and why risk it? So just drain it. Again, rifle performed very well. Whatever was in the magazine, it went through, zero issues on the water test. So very nice performance from Daniel Defense. Then we switched gears and ran the AK, or the Moat Vepr, through the same creek. It was browsing the bottom of the creek under the water, fully submerged, the same way as the Daniel Defense. And again, we loaded the magazine, I mean drained the water a little bit, loaded the magazine. You don't have to be so much concerned with draining the water on the piston system. Still do your best, okay? Drain the water, and water went out, loaded the round to the chamber and shoot it, and I had a free shower from you know, all the water inside the rifle. It was really surprising. It was more water in this Vepr than you know, splashes from Dangle Defense. But both rifles worked perfectly fine. That one got me wet. I mean, I didn't pee myself, it got me wet from the water from the creek. It was very good performance on the Vepr part. So that's it. We are done for today. Of course, we shot many rounds, do some magazine dumps, zero malfunctions. There is nothing to report on that front. Both rifles are cycling perfectly fine. Zero malfunctions, and they're working just great. It's a pleasure to shoot both rifles, and we will be back with more you know, tests and putting them to their limits and seeing what these two rifles can do. So stay tuned for the series. Thanks for watching. It went perfectly. I just had a free shower from it because it was splashing water like crazy. But there you go, both rifles, like a sewing machine.